One of the tools that helped me expand exponentially online fairly recently was without a doubt Google Forms. I love them. I use them all the time and they're free. And you are about to learn all the benefits of using Google Forms right now. So do not go anywhere. I promise you will come away knowing how to create one, and you'll have at least one idea of how you can use it right now. I'm Michelle Fox from Boss Babes Online, and I have had a few other videos about Google Forms, but this one is going to be a little more in depth. So buckle in. It's not going to be complicated because Google Forms is not complicated, but it is going to show you lots of different things that it is capable of. You won't want to use all of it every time, but this is going to show you what you can do with it so that you can start expanding your ideas, start thinking about, wow, okay, here's a great way that I could use a Google form. This is going to be perfect. You'll love it. You will love it, love it, love it. If you get anything out of this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up at any point. Subscribe to my channel, Boss Babes Online, because I want to stay in touch with you and I want to serve you. I've been in direct sales for 24 years, but the last 6-ish years, I have really been focusing on helping other women expand their businesses online with the help of social media. And I like to keep it simple, sweetheart, because frankly, I am not tech savvy in any way, shape, or form. I didn't really understand what a hashtag was for, probably 5 years. So stick with me if you want simple step by step tips and tools to expand your business online. So, without any further ado, let's get into Google Forms. So, first of all, what is a Google Form? For those of you that may not know, I didn't know, a few years back. A Google Form is basically a form that can be filled out online. Have you ever gotten something in an email attachment and you have to fill it out? But in order to fill it out, you're going to have to print it, fill it out physically, then scan it, and then send it back to whoever sent it to you. And you're thinking to yourself, why don't they have a way for me to just fill this out online? Like, why can't I click a button and just type this information in online? Have you ever felt that way? I do every time I get that kind of attachment, because there is a way and it's very simple. It's a Google form. And so this is a way for you to obtain contact information, to get feedback, to make announcements. There's countless things you can create, quizzes and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to show you the templates so that you'll start to get your creative juices flowing. But just understand that a Google form is something that people can fill out online. So it makes things very simple for the person who's filling it out, and it makes things very simple for you. Once they have filled it out, it automatically can go to a spreadsheet so that you can keep track of the answers, the replies that you've gotten, which again is a huge benefit. It's a wonderful tool and it's free. Okay. So let's get into it. And like I said, we are going to go through a lot, but each step is really simple. It really is very logical. And so just make a choice right now that you're not going to get overwhelmed. Okay. It is easier than you think. And this will definitely make your business run more smoothly and it will help you work smarter, not harder. All right. So here we go. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be doing a Google form. There are lots of different ways to find it. You can simply type in Google Forms and see where it takes you. Google Forms online form creator. That's a really great way to get in there. You can also, if you have a Google account, you can click on this hamburger menu up here. And if you don't see forms, I know that some people say they don't. I do, probably because I use them. But if you don't see forms, then what you need to do is just go to your drive, your Google Drive. And here, you're going to see where you can make all different, a Google Doc, Google Sheets, Google Slides. We want to make a Google form. Here's something to keep in mind. I want you to see the templates. So instead of just clicking Google Form and starting, you can click this little arrow and it will show you the templates that are available. I would like you to at least take a quick look at them because the benefit of a template is that if it is accomplishing what your goal is, then a lot of it is already created for you. It's already typed in there, and you can adjust the colors and the fonts, and you can obviously edit the questions, but it just saves a ton of time. It also just helps you figure out or come up with ideas or realize all the ways that this can be used. So, for example, personal. Here's something that collects contact information, RSVP to an event, or it's the invite to an event, signing up to make a purchase like a t-shirt, so for a fundraiser, for work, feedback, order forms, job applications, anything that you would fill out on paper, you can use a Google form for. Okay. A quiz, an exit ticket, an assessment, a worksheet. So what you can do is just click on, okay, event registration. If you use a template, when you click on it, 10,000 years later, okay, then it already has a header. It already has just kind of a format for you to follow. And that, like I said, just makes it, really, really simple. But we are going to create something from scratch so that I can show you everything that Google Forms can do. All right. So here we are. We're going to create a blank form. Let's say you are like me, you're in the beauty and skincare industry, and you've got a private group, and you want to have new members click on this so that you can get their contact information and maybe even offer them some free samples, and basically to find out like if they are potential customers or not. Okay, that's my objective when I do this. So here's our form. Let's see. So you can have a fancy title, or you can simply say something like welcome. All right. And then here you have a place where you can describe it or go into more detail. So, like I said, this is for somebody who's new. Oops, I didn't capitalize that. Thanks for your interest in our beauty community. Please take a sec, make it casual, and complete this survey so I can serve you best. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So you can put anything in there that you want. All right. Trust me on that. So it already has a question started for you. And the questions can be multiple choice, which they just can choose one. Check boxes where they can choose more than one, short answer, long answer. A linear scale is like on a scale of 1 to 10. You can have it where it's a date. Let me show you what that looks like. So that automatically is set up where they have to choose a date. Okay. So, so many different ways, but for the most part, you're going to be asking a question, and then the answer is going to be either multiple choice or short form answer, paragraph, check boxes. So let's say that we want to give a multiple choice option because we just want them to pick one. And I'm going to ask them, how familiar are you with brand X? All right. So option one, I love it. I use it all the time. Whoops. I have a fantastic consultant already. Okay. This one is, I used it before, but it's been a while. I don't think I have a consultant. And then this one is, never tried it. Oops, never tried it. Okay. Because this is something that I really want to know. This is like the bottom line for me. I want this to be required. If they don't answer this question, they cannot complete the form. So it basically forces them to make a choice. Okay. You don't always want to require all of them. So you want to ask yourself each time. But in this case, I do. So we just created a question. It was multiple choice. That we've got these answers. We're requiring it. Now, something that is really cool about Google Forms is that you can use logic, meaning If they say this, then take them to this section. If they say this, then take them to this section, etc. So I love that. And that is found right here with these three dots. All right. Go to section based on answer. That's what we're going to use. But guess what? We don't have any sections yet. So we got to back it up. When you want to add more questions, you add that with this plus. So if I had a follow-up question, I would just click the plus sign and go here. When you want to add a section, meaning like a different segment, that is right here, this equals sign. This is a new section, okay? So let's say we're going to create a section for people that already have a consultant. So great to know you already love brand X. All right. And then here's the description that I want. The reason why I want to know this is because you are welcome to participate in our group, but keep in mind that your purchases should always be done with your current consultant. And then put deal. All right. Because the way that I treat someone in my group who already has a consultant is going to be different than someone that comes in that doesn't have a consultant. All right. So that is the section for them. Let's create another section in case they are a potential customer. Let's see. Now we can say, let's see. How do we want to go here? I am excited. I am excited for you to try the latest and greatest brand X products. All right. Please continue to help me choose the best freebies for you. All right. So let's go back up here. How familiar are you with brand X? We want this now to go to the section based on the answer. So if they say, I love it, I use it all the time, I already have a consultant, we're going to send them to section 2. So great to know you already love brand X. Okay. If they used it before, it's been a while, they're not sure if they have a consultant, we're going to go ahead and send them here where they can try it. I will follow up BTW to make sure that they don't have a consultant, but we got to keep it simple. We don't want to have too many options here. And the never tried it, we're going to send them to section 3 as well. So, and we'll test this out in just a moment. So this one, we don't need a question in this section here. And then continue to, what we're going to do is, let's create one more section. This is going to be kind of the ending, the last part. Okay. So section 4, we'll just say, thank you for your time. Whoops. Be sure to click the submit button below and you are all done. Okay. So when they say that they love it, they use it all the time, they have a fantastic consultant, they're going to go here. So great to know you already love it. You're welcome to participate, but keep in mind that your purchases should always be done with your current consultant. Deal. And then they will continue to, instead of going to the next section where I'm going to be giving away freebies, we're going to have them jump all the way down to thank you for your time. Okay. Because I'm not going to send free samples. So, I'll show you how this all plays out in a second. So this section is done. This section we need to build out. I'm excited for you to try the latest and greatest. Please continue to help me choose the best freebies for you. So we're in this section. We want to create some questions under this section. What we can do, we already did multiple choice. Let's do check boxes. Okay. This is a case where they can click more than once. What skincare concerns do you currently have? And then we can make as many options as we want, okay? Acne, large pores, um, deep wrinkles, crow's feet, sagging skin, whatever. And then you can add other. So we'll get rid of the one that says option 6, but you can put other right here, and they can click on that. And then what we could do, I wonder if I can do the logic just for one. No, I don't think so. Not on not on this one. Okay. So what skincare concerns do you currently have? They can click, check as many as they want to. And then since there's one that's called other, what we could do is add a question and just say, if you marked other, please describe below. Okay. And then we want to give them like a paragraph. So Google Forms could tell that that's what I wanted. So it automatically switched from multiple choice to paragraph. I don't know if you saw that happen, but Google Forms is very intuitive. So that's very, very cool. So this is not going to be required because what if they didn't say other? All right. So do I want this to be required? I can't make this be required because I've got some people that I'm pushing to the next section, right? So I have to be careful of using those required ones. Mark other, describe below. Let's add another question. I'm going to show you a couple of cool things that we can do. So you can do a linear scale, and that's like on a scale of 1 to however many you want it to be. Let's say 1 to 10. And it doesn't look that impressive here, but it'll look neat when we test it, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very dissatisfied and 10 being very satisfied, how happy are you with your current skincare routine? Okay. Again, we can't have that be required. I would like to, but if they don't want to answer it, they don't have to answer it, whatever. So that is another one. Something that I did not do, another section that we probably need to have. We need to get their contact info. I'm going to show you a couple of cool things right now. Contact info. Just a few more deets so I know how to get in touch. All right, you want to make it casual and fun. So here we go. You can, if you are going to put this on a spreadsheet, which we are, then it's nice to have the first name separate from the last name because you might want to sort it by, last name alphabetically. So we're going to put first name, and then see, it automatically went to short answer. It knows that we want just a short answer. It's not multiple choice. Last name, watch that, short answer. And then, so instead of having their whole address, because I might want to sort it by state, I might want to sort it by city. So we're just going to ask for their street address on this one. And then we can do city, state, and zip code. Okay. Do we want to require these? Let's see. I'm going to require their first name. And let's add email and phone. Okay. We'll put best email. And I'm going to require that they give me their email. There's nothing wrong with that. You're in charge. You're large and in charge. Phone. Short answer. I'm not going to require phone. So I usually require, at least their first name and their email. If they want you to send them some free stuff, they're going to need to give you, their address and stuff, but hopefully they'll figure that out. But if not, you can contact them because you've got their email address. If you don't put any contact information questions in here, you don't have a way to contact them. So it is important that you do that. But here's what I want to show you. So I should have asked for that contact info before I said thanks for your time and all that, because even if they already have a consultant, I still want to know who I'm talking to. Okay. So what we can do is over here in the dots, click on that. We can move the section. Okay. So I've got my welcome. So great to know you already love it. I'm excited for you to try it. This is thank you for your time. And that's the one I want to be at the very end. So now we're going to move contact info up. So we just swapped that out. Okay. And we'll save that. Let's add a couple more questions, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things that we can add to make this really snazzy. All right, skincare concerns, scale of 1 to 10. Let's see. Right here, you can, if you would like, let's see, if you would like to try some color cosmetics, please tell me what your eye color is. And so this is going to be multiple choice. So option 1 could be blue. And here's the fun thing is that you could put a picture here. You could add an image. Let's see. All right. So because I do this kind of stuff all the time, I've actually got like a little chart that shows the best colors for blue eyes. So let's say I just want to insert that in there. So I'm asking them, are your eyes blue? And then just for fun, I've got that little chart right there. And so on and so forth. So we're going to skip right ahead to the next portion. What we're going to do right now, we're going to add a video. You can actually go to YouTube and select the video that you're going to put in there, which is so stinking cool. And anything that you can think of, YouTube has a video for it, right? So I went to YouTube and found the video that I want. I'm pasting in that URL, and this is the one. So we're going to go ahead and insert that there. I can ask a leading question here. So I want them to watch this just so that they know a little bit about our best-selling skincare, okay? Let's see. So you are in the know. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Take a moment to learn about our latest skincare breakthrough. Okay. And then when they do, they can watch this video, and then we'll add a question after that. And it can just be like a yes, no. What's drop down look like? I'm not sure how that's different. So we'll say, would you like to try this skincare? Whoops. If yes, let me know your skin type below. And then option 1 can be normal to dry. Option 2 can be combination to oily. And then maybe we'll add one more. If you want to try a different type of skincare, please explain what you are looking for. Explain to me what you are looking for. And the long answer. Okay, they're beautiful. So we learned about adding pictures, adding videos, making it logical so that it goes from one section to the other. Now let's have a look at how this is all going to work. So we're going to preview it right here by clicking this eyeball here. So welcome. Thanks for your interest in our beauty community. Take a sec and complete the survey so I can serve you best. Here we go. How familiar are you with brand X? This is required. I love it. I use it all the time. So let's say we're going to say that and go to the next section. So great to know you already love brand X. You're welcome to participate in our group, but keep in mind your purchases should always be done with your current consultant. Deal? And then when they go to next, It just says, thank you for your time. Be sure to click the submit button below and you are all done. However, I do want I want to get their contact information, even if they have another consultant. So we're going to change something. Come down here to this little pencil icon so that we go to edit mode. And what I want to do, just change my mind. When they say, I love it, I use it all the time, instead of going to, so great to know you love brand X, let's send them to their contact info. How can I do that? No. Great to know you love. Okay, I know what I know. When we go to this section, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. When they go to so glad you love it, we're gonna send them to contact info instead of sending them on their way. All right, so now let's try it. I love it. I use it all the time. So great to know you already love it. You're welcome to participate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, perfect. Just a few more deets so I know how to get in touch. And then let's say that all they want to do, they just want to skip through here as fast as possible. So they're going to just fill this, just the bare bones out. And next. And here's where it's thank you for your time. Be sure to click the submit button and you're all done. And we'll submit. Now, I'm going to show you how to change this right here if you want to. But when they click submit, it says your response has been recorded. That's important so that they know that it went through. You have the option of deciding if you want them to be able to submit another response. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. But I want to go back and answer this differently. Let's say when they get on here, how familiar are you? Let's say I've never tried it. So then I'm excited for you to try the latest and greatest. Continue to help me choose the best freebies for you. I have sagging skin. Oh, wait, can I write in here? Oh, look, I guess I forgot that was a thing. So when they choose other, they can actually put in there what they want. Discoloration. And so then I don't need this one. So when we edit it, we can go back and get rid of that. On a scale of 1 to 10, da 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 da. So see how this looks a lot nicer than it did when we were just editing it. We'll say, oh, I'm a 3. You like to try some color cosmetics. Tell me what your eye color is. I have brown eyes. So you're in the know. Take a moment to learn about our latest skincare breakthrough. And they can click on this. They can make it bigger, I think. Oh, maybe not. I know things aren't meant to I need to figure out if we can make this bigger. I think we can. I'm going to go back and see what I can do. Would you like to try this skincare? If yes, let me know your skin type below. So this is what it means by drop down, is that you can't see the options until you click it. Normal to dry, combination to oily. I'm normal to dry. If you want to try a different type, explain to me what you're looking for. No, I don't. Next. All right. Then we've got the contact info. I'll use a different email this time. I got a million of them. All right, next. All right, perfect. Thanks for your time and all that good stuff. All right, let's go back and clean up some of the stuff that we want to change. So you can see up here that I've already gotten at least one response. Maybe it knows that I'm the same person because it should say 2. I wanted to change the video. I wanted to see if I could get that bigger, and I feel like I can. Oh, yep. Okay. You can drag it like this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I want them to be able to see it really well. So that's better. I like that better. Was there anything else I needed to change? Oh, yeah, we needed to get rid of the if you marked other. So this is the one we don't need because we realized they could put it up here. So then we're just going to delete. Okay. If you have another question that's similar to the one you just did, like let's say I want to ask how happy they are with their mascara on a scale of 1 to 10, you can do this and it just copies it. Okay, so now we've got one just like the one that we just did, and then it would change the verbiage up here, but I don't necessarily want to do that, so we'll get rid of it. Okay, so let's look at it now. Let's choose the middle one. We haven't done that one yet. And all right, this is allowing me to change my stuff, so it's keeping track that I already answered this once. That's all right. This time I want to have blue eyes. And okay, this looks bigger, so that's nicer. Yep, you can hear the audio and everything, so that's really cool. This time we'll say combination to oily. Next, Michelle again. What's my other one? All right, next. Submit. Oh, maybe I didn't click submit on the other one. That could be. I bet that's what it was. Okay, very cool. Now let's go back and I'm going to teach you how to make this a little fancier so that it works with your personal brand. This right here, we can click to go back into edit mode. Yep, so now 2 responses are collected. This palette up here will let you customize your theme. So you can just leave it simple, just like this. If you don't want purple, you could click on that and choose a different color theme, okay? If you want the background to be a little darker or a little lighter, you can do that as well. But what I want to do is to make it like work with my brand, okay? So we're going to choose an image here. They've got all kinds of really cool themes that you can choose and put that in there and you're good to go. All right. That's probably a great way to do it if you're just starting out and you're not real familiar with, or you don't have a lot of things saved yet. But if you want to upload something that you have on your computer as a banner, you could do that, or you can search photos that are on your computer as well. So let's go to, we'll do something fancy like wedding. We'll do this. Okay, we're going to insert that. So we just chose to insert that. Then it automatically pulls up colors that are going to work with that. So what would you like to be your main color? I'm going to choose this. I think that's prettier. You can then change, okay, watch right here, okay? You can change your font. I mean, there are tons of different fonts, and font does matter because some font is more welcoming or more casual, more playful. But no matter what, you want them to be able to read it. That is like the most important thing. So this is going to be what is used on every header. You don't have to change each one. It will do that for you automatically. The questions will all look like that now. Question and then text. So that's just like the text when you put in here. Let's see. Makes a difference so we can see them all. Maybe like that. Okay. So now we can see that there's different font for the header, for the text, and for the questions. So that's kind of fun. And you can have that be however you want. So that is done. Let's go back and look at it. Oh yeah, doesn't that look nice? All right, let's go back one more time. When I'm looking at Google Forms, my settings option is in the middle. If you don't have a settings option here, then it's going to be over here somewhere, okay? And if you don't see it, then click on the hamburger menu and it will be in here. But we want to look at settings for a quick moment. You can actually make this a quiz, and that changes it in a lot of different ways. So this means that there is a right answer, and you can decide like how many points they get when they get that answer right. And you can even have something pop up that if they give you the wrong answer, you pop up and explain why it was wrong. So that's really cool. I've done that when I've done things like, how much do you really know about brand X? And I'll just ask some fun little questions and then they get to learn more about what we do. Responses, how they are collected. All right. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this when they do Google Form tutorials, but this is really important. Right here where it says collect email addresses, you might think to yourself, yeah, didn't you just say we want to collect their email? This is different. If you say yes here, then they have to be verified, or I don't know, responder input, whatever. What this means is that they have to have a Gmail email in order to participate. And we do not want to limit it like that. So don't do that. Don't change that. Just leave it. Okay. If it's something that you think the responders would like to see a copy of what they just did, like maybe they take a quiz and at the end of the quiz, you tell them what the best eyeshadow shades are for them. So they might want a copy of that. Then you could say that, yes, you do. Although, no, I guess not. Because if we don't collect their email, all right, skip that. All right. Allow response editing. I very rarely, if ever, use this. But if it's something where you feel like, well, they might come back and change their mind and want to say something different, then you can click that on. But usually this type of stuff, their address is their address. Limit to one response. This requires sign in, which is getting back to this email thing. So no, anything that requires sign in, you do not want, because that is basically saying they have to have a Gmail email, and we don't want to limit it. Okay. So presentation, this is a good one. Click on this. These don't really matter, show progress bar, how far are they in the whole thing, so that they know that, okay, this isn't like 100 pages long. It's only 5 pages long. I'm already on page 3. Shuffle question order. This is interesting. Studies show that people tend to click on whatever the first option is. So if you shuffle the question order, or you shuffle the options, like the multiple choice options, you might get a more accurate response. But for my purposes, I don't really need that. This is what I want to show you. So this, remember when we clicked submit and something popped up that says your response has been recorded? You can edit that, and I usually do. So I want to put something a little more fun. Thanks again. I got your info. If you want to go back to my Facebook group, click here, and then give them a place to click. I know this by heart. And you should too. All right. Beauty through the ages. Beauty through the ages. Yeah. Done. Okay. Save. Show the link to submit another response. No, they don't need to submit more than one response. I'm surprised that is the default. View the results summary, disable autosave. A lot of these you don't have to do anything with. The most important ones are to make sure you don't say this, and to take the opportunity to adjust this confirmation message if you want to. It's not a super big deal. So the next thing I want to show you is that we've got the 2 responses that I actually remembered to hit submit. We can look at a summary of the responses. And so, it's 50-50. One person said this, one person said this. So this is a summary of all of your responses, just visual graphs. That's really cool. You can look at it by question, so that you see that one person responded this and one person responded that. Or instead of going question by question, you can look at it by the individual. So like, this is what this person said. All right. So you have to like go through and see what that particular person said, how they answered it. Let's say you've got 100 people that responded. That is a lot of paging through. Would you agree? So what we want to do is click link to sheets. We're going to create a new spreadsheet. Go ahead and create that. And now we can view it. So keep in mind, it was just me both times answered. So these are the questions. How familiar are you? The 2 different answers. What skincare concerns? Scale of 1 to 10, et cetera, et cetera. So like I said, what's nice about this is if for some reason you want to sort it alphabetically by last name, you could do that here. You want to sort it by zip code, or whatever purposes you may have. And if Google Forms is not your bag, if you're like, I'd rather have like a CSV, you can actually create a CSV, which is a file that you can then upload into Excel if you would prefer to use a spreadsheet like that. So super, super cool. Another thing, where is that? Okay, here. So accepting responses. So this means that this is live. So I'm still taking in responses. Let's say that it's like a limited offer, like the first 50 people that respond are going to get a free something something, and I've hit 50. Then I would click on this so that I'm no longer accepting responses. And then when somebody tries to access it, something will pop up saying she's no longer accepting responses. Okay, so that's nice to know that it's there. So I think the next, I was going to show you how to import stuff. This is pretty cool. Let's go back to All right, we're going to edit. I have a whole lot of forms created. Okay. So let's say that I want to import something. So my forms have some common denominators. And so sometimes I might think, oh my gosh, I already did this in such and such a form. I wish I could just import it. You can do that. Okay. So I can go through all of my other forms and say, okay, I think it was, something that I had in here. I want to bring that in. All right, let's say this one. All right, so that form, I have all of this information on here. So let's say I think, okay, I want to add this question here. Were you referred by a friend? I'm going to import that. All right, there it is, but I don't really want it there. I think I want that at the very beginning. You can grab it and just pull to wherever you want it to be. Okay, so that can be like the very first question if you wanted it to. All right, so that's kind of cool. Now the most important part is, how do we get this to people? So we want to click send. You could simply email it to someone. They would get something that says welcome, which is the beginning of my form. And then I've invited you to fill out a form, and they would go right straight to the form. But what you're going to use most often is link. This is a ridiculously long link. So we're going to shorten it and we're going to copy it. You can also, if you have a website, if you don't have a website, this doesn't mean anything to you, and that's fine. If you have a website, there is an embed HTML code that you can have it embedded into your website. So that's kind of cool. So we have copied that link. So now we can go basically anywhere. So let's say we're going to go to Facebook, and we're going to go to our Beauty Through the Ages, and I want them to fill out that form. Hi, friends. Here's a brand new survey for you to fill out. You'll get some freebies for your time. All right. Now, did you notice how that was really big and then it got small? You can highlight it and make it big again if you want to. That's just a little aside. But now we're going to paste that in there. And here's really what's extra cool is that it's going to show the form. All right. This is exactly how it looks. Welcome. Thanks for your interest in our beauty community. This is what the form looks like itself. So that's really cool. So I'm not actually going to post that. All right, so before we go, I want to show you something about add-ons. We're not going to get into detail, but I just want you to know it's available. You can go to Google Forms add-ons, and it's a Google store, sort of like an app store, and you can get add-ons for so many different things. But some of the things that I use an email notification, and that means that I get notified when somebody fills out a form, and I can have it set up where they get an email. And what's really cool about that is, let's say I am offering a free PDF, I'm offering a free copy of something. I can have them fill this out and then use this email notification form and put the PDF in that email. And that's how I deliver it. And it's all done automatically. So I'm not actually personally taking time to create an email and put in the link for the PDF. It's like boom, boom, boom. So all happening automatically. Okay. These are all kind of similar. Payable forms. I've got a course, my very first course that I offered. I took in their information with a Google form, and there was a place where they could click and pay me with PayPal. So that was so easy. And those are just a couple of examples of the different add-ons that you can use. And a couple more things. So right now our form is untitled. The default is going to be whatever's up here, which is kind of lame. So I don't want it to be called welcome. Let's call it something else. So let's call it new member intake form. Okay. And so that's that. This all looks good. Let's see what else. If you wanted to copy the whole form, you could do this. Like you think, oh, I like this, but I want to do this for a different group. You could totally do that. Move it to the trash. You can print the form. You can add a collaborator. So let's say you've got a team member and you want her, or an assistant, and you want her to finish it, you want her to go through and proofread it or maybe make it prettier, you could add a collaborator, add-ons, like I just said, keyboard shortcuts. So I don't use all of that. These are some of the forms that I've created. I do lots of freebie stuff, welcome gifts, free samples again. This is the registration for my course, contact information, how to lighten dark spots, customer profiles. I do that to save time at my classes, at my parties. So I wasn't lying when I said we were going to go over a lot of stuff, right? But the good news is you can always pause the video and go back and watch it again. If you got anything out of this, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm not giving you permission to sign off yet. I'm just asking you a favor. If you got anything out of this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Boss Babes Online, share it with a friend. But I want to point out a couple more things. One, I've got another freebie for you in the description of the video. Look for 100 easy ways to get new customers and sales. That is something from me to you as a thank you for spending time with me. And also, if you watch for a few more seconds, I'm going to have a video recommended just for you pop up. And you can decide if you want to watch it now or watch it later, but it is something that I've hand selected for you. So thanks so much for your time and attention. I can't wait to see you again. We'll talk soon.